Hello and welcome back to Business Happy Hour. I hope you are having the most beautiful day. Hopefully, you're listening to me on like a nice, peaceful walk or something great. I am so excited for you that you are here. I can't wait to chat with you for a little bit. And today we are going to chat through the most underrated thing that you're not doing to get clients. And like, it's underrated because, and I actually want to, one of my clients shared this with me last night, and I was like, I need to do an episode on this because it is so interesting. But I was talking about auditing your Instagram page, and I'm gonna take you through that, like how you can self-audit your Instagram page. But I was talking about how the number one thing that you're not doing that can get you clients is talk about your offer. Okay. Now, so often people are not talking about their offer as much as I personally would recommend they do because of a few things. One, you're worried you're being annoying and salesy. It's like, oh my God, all she does is talk about this. Two, because you're worried about being annoying and salesy, you don't know how to talk about it without being annoying and salesy. Because you don't want to make other people feel the way that you have previously felt about other people doing the same thing. Okay. So you're worried about being annoying and salesy. You don't know how to talk about it because you're worried about being annoying and salesy. And then you start to talk about it. You get new bites. You get no bites, not new bites. And then you stop. You're like, clearly nobody wants it. Does this sound familiar? Well, I just want to offer a perspective for you, a little perspective shift is that it's not salesy to talk about your offer. It's the way that you're talking about it. If you're constantly saying, like, ready to heal your relationship with food, join my program, join my program, join my program, you're missing out on so much of the marketing aspect. You just have to learn to talk about it in a way that's not constant call to actions of join my program, join my program, join my program. There are so many things that you do that you can say that gain awareness around your program, that position your program as the solution without having to constantly say, join my program. You don't even have to say, join my program. They're going to be like, how do I join? This is exactly what I need because you know how to position your offer as a solution. Okay. This is exactly what I teach you to do in Content Catalyst so that you're not feeling salesy and annoying and you're able to show up and you're able to talk about your program and sell your program every day practically, but it doesn't come off as annoying or salesy. Okay. So my client saw my stories when I was talking about this, and she sent me this that says rich people are willing to promote themselves and their value. Poor people think negatively about selling and promotion. Resenting promotion is one of the greatest obstacles to success. Okay. If you are afraid of being seen, if you are afraid of putting yourself out there, if you are resenting the process of talking about your offer, resenting the process of getting sales, asking for sales, you're going to struggle with this. Okay. Now, part of it is the mindset of like, I am worthy of asking for these sales. I am worthy of the people that come to me. I know that I can change their lives. And part of it is understanding the marketing aspect of like, okay, I know how to talk about this without being annoying and salesy. Okay. So it's interesting. I have been doing online business for almost 5 years. And now with the real estate stuff, like I'm a baby spring chicken. I don't have any experience in real estate other than buying a house. Okay. But like with clients, I don't have any experience with real estate. I know a lot from buying my own house, from doing research, from reading books, podcasts, all the things. But when it comes to building a real estate business, nobody's coming to me to buy or sell real estate without me asking for it. So I have to go out there, and my number one priority is get every single person that knows me to know that I am in real estate. So what I did is I went ahead and I was like, this is like really uncomfortable because what are people going to say? They're going to be like, oh my God, is her business not going well? Why is she doing real estate? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to fucking explain it to them, and I'm going to send out an email. And if they unsubscribe, too bad. They're missing out. They're missing out on some good shit, some good content. Okay. And actually, I'm curious. Let me pull it up. Let's see how many people unsubscribed. So I basically, in real estate, there's something called your sphere of influence. And it's basically just every single person that you know. You collect their email, you reach out to them. The goal is just so that everybody knows you do real estate. You just want to be known as the go-to when it comes. And I had the same thing with nutrition. When everybody knew I was a dietitian. Anybody that, I mean, it can be annoying, but anybody that had a nutrition question, I wanted to be the go-to resource. Same thing with real estate, same thing with your business. You want to be, what do you want to be the go-to resource for? What do you want to be known for? If someone comes and asks you a question, which like I know if whether you like it or not, if somebody at Thanksgiving is like, what do you think about this? At least you're being known as the dietitian. You're being known as the nutrition expert. And you can set boundaries and you don't have to answer questions and whatnot, but that's actually a great sign because people know what you do. Stop trying to hide what you do. Okay. So I made a list of my sphere of influence. I have most of their emails, and okay, let's see how many people unsubscribed. I sent out 154 emails, and this was my strategy. I was like, I'm just going to tell people an update. I'm going to tell a story. I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm a realtor now. Whoever wants to buy and sell real estate, do that with me. I'm like, that's fucking boring. Um, People want to know what you're up to. Like, I would love to get an email like that from an update from someone. And soften the blow a little bit for me where I'm like, oh, like I feel like I still have that feeling where I'm like, I feel bad. Am I annoying them? Right. But I do it anyway. And I was like, let me just put it in like a Starbucks gift card. And I put $100 on a Starbucks gift card. And I was like, first come, first serve. Whoever wants it, go get your Starbucks. And thank you for keeping me in mind. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for being here. And I got 12 unsubscribes out of 154 people. Okay. So, oh wait, no, 11. So I'm like, damn. And I can like see who those people are, which is funny. Like, I don't think that if you don't own a business or if you don't have like an email platform, I don't think people realize that you can like literally see who unsubscribes. Um, so it's interesting. But yeah, I'm like, all right, no worries. I don't make it mean anything about me. I'm not like, oh my God, they hate me. They must hate me. This is all about me. Like, it doesn't have to be personal. It doesn't have to be anything like beyond they just unsubscribed. Can you just let it be what it is? Okay. So that is on, I don't even know how I got there. Talking about your offer, putting yourself out there, getting people to know what you do. Okay. Now, in the messaging mastery challenge that we just did a couple weeks back, what I had people do was audit their own Instagram. So this is something that I do with clients often, where I will either they'll purchase an Instagram audit, or if they're like in Content Catalyst or a one-on-one client and they ask for an audit, obviously I'm more than happy to do it. And I will go through specific things. I'll go through their bio, I'll go through their last, typically like I'll go through 3 or 4 posts. I'll go through the hashtags they're using. I'll read through their captions. I will take a look at their insights, all the things. Okay. So obviously for a free challenge, I'm not going to go through everyone's Instagram personally. So I'm like, hey, why don't you audit your own Instagram? And one of the first questions was, for the past 12 posts, how many times have you talked about your offer? And the only I said out of 12, I want to make sure that you at least are talking about it 8 times. At least. Okay. So that is, what's that percentage? Let's see here. 8 divided by 12. That's 66% of the time. That's not even a lot. Like, I would love for it to be 100% of the time that you're talking about it. Okay. Maybe not 100. Okay. Let's say 80. Like, let's say 80% of the time you're talking about your offer. And 20% of the time is like personal, like personality, brand, all of that type of content. Okay. And not one person, which, like, if you're listening to this and this was you, I'm not shaming you by any means. I love you to death. I just want to point out that, like, we are underselling ourselves, guys. You are worth so much more. You have the authority to talk about your offer as much as you possibly want. You are worthy of making a fuck ton of money, but you're not going to if you don't obsess over talking about your offer constantly and what you sell and how it helps people. And a portion of it might be like the belief of like, oh, well, if I talk about it a lot and people join and I don't get them results, then that's bad, right? So I want you to dig into it. Like when you're not talking about your offer, and feel free to DM me. I'm happy to have this conversation with you because I've been there. But if you're not talking about your offer as much as possible, where is the resistance? Because again, I get it. Like I felt that resistance before. Now I'm like, all right, how am I talking about it today? Like I'm showing up no matter what. But in the past, it's like my mentor would be like, all right, get and talk about your offer. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm being annoying. I keep talking about it. But now I have so much confidence in like, I know that my offer, like I'm doing a disservice by not talking about it because I know so many of you would, your business would literally change from doing Content Catalyst, from doing my programs, because I put my literal heart and soul into them. And that's how I know. And because of my experience, and the more that you show up and the more you do these things, obviously, the more comfortable you get. But at the end of the day, if you're not talking about your offer, it's not going to sell. Okay. All day long, people are like, okay, well, I need a new strategy. This isn't right. Why isn't it working? And it's like the first thing you need to do is you just need to start understanding how to talk about it and how often you're talking about it before we get into any sort of marketing, any sort of strategy. You need to talk about it. Okay. Another metric I use. Okay. So let me back up. So no, only one person had met the 8 out of 12 times. And she's in my Your Business Empire group coaching program. So, and she messaged me and she was like, let me pull it up. What did she say to me? She's so sweet. I love her. Um, she messaged me and she's like, yes, still working more on showing up, but your guidance helps to feel good about showing up so that you're not showing up with resentment and like being annoying, salesy, all the things, which makes it easier in turn to show up more because it's feeling better to show up, right? So a lot of this is mindset, of course, and a lot of it is the idea of like you need to continue to work on your mindset in order to continue to push forward. Because if you're not addressing the mindset behind why don't I want to show up? Okay, the resistance is that I don't want to be seen as salesy and annoying. Okay, why are you worried about being salesy and annoying? Well, because I don't like the way that I felt when I see someone else that's being salesy and annoying and they're irritating me and I don't want to make someone feel that way. Okay, understood, valid, 100%. So then how do you sell? How do you market? How do you show up without it feeling like that? There is a method to the madness, I promise you. Okay. So if you don't know how to talk about your offer every day without being annoying or salesy and without running out of things to say and feeling like you're constantly repeating yourself, while also continuing to pique interest and have curiosity in your audience that stays engaged, this is Content Catalyst. Okay. The piquing interest and piquing curiosity is the biggest part. And it's so cool how in your marketing, you can continue to keep someone in your world, keep them engaged, keep them watching as a result of your marketing strategy. This isn't like, hey, here's how to talk about your offer and not being annoying, not feel annoying or salesy. Like, this is a strategy. This is a process. Okay. So our next cohort is starting in May, which is when you're going to be listening to this episode. But feel free to DM me content if you want to join our next cohort. We can chat through all the deets. And then if you want to join this core, you could do that too. Okay. The application will be in the show notes. I would love to see you inside. And if you have any questions at all, or if you don't feel like filling out the application, because I get it, and you just want to have a conversation first, just DM me on Instagram content and we will chat through all the things. I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.